Hello world. On this session and topic, I think I want to speak about the duality of sensuality. Uh, and I probably touched up a bit on some of these issues in my what's sleazy and sexy vids. So for this one, I'm going to try and to elaborate a bit more while imposing a bit more of my personal views on this. Uh, so I guess let me get started here. What I mean by when I say that I'm going to be discussing the duality of sensuality, it pretty much goes along and covers the borderline of sexy and sleazy, and with just some vids that I see on YouTube or on TV or on the net, uh, more and more personally from my perspective and my own backgrounds and feelings from this is that there is a sense of desirable sexuality of what men and women seek to be sensual, arousing, sexual, and then there's that fine line and borderline of the really hoey and sleazy and slutty stuff, and that's where I'm going to elaborate on is how personally for me what or I'm going to try to embody that overall feel atmosphere of really disgust and sleaze in my eyes. And I guess to say that, first and foremost, I appreciate intellect and intelligence in a woman, for what it's worth. Um, it I probably could see myself down the line with a so-called airhead. That's not to say that she's stupid or anything, but she may not be the smartest or most intelligent woman out there or in the world, but she has the kindness, the decency, the common courtesy, the supportiveness, the passiveness to understand and support and to be independent and to voice her own thoughts and opinions. Um, so it's a mix of, I guess, what guys in general want from that spectrum of the end, or that end of the spectrum, versus a woman that has the intellect, the intelligence, and I'm not going to lie, that is very intimidating for a lot of people. Even myself to an extent, in that it's more of a respect thing, not so much as a fear kind of issue. The I guess the stigma and the association is that a smarter woman, a more intellectually empowered woman, has the voice to speak out for herself and to find the resources to make herself equal in legal voices, justice system. She has the power to be commanding and demanding. She knows what she wants. She's very powerful in her presence. And for some men that is a turnoff and an intimidation, because they typically prefer to see themselves, or men in general, as the counterpart in uh, in charge. So, but the other association is that the more intelligent she is, the more bold and independent, uh, the less likely she is to be relying on or listening, less likely to supposedly reason and to listen to the other person. Um, Always supposedly feeling that she can argue her way out or justify her means to everything, and it's always going to be her way or no way or the highway. So that's the other end of the spectrum as far as intellect, and I guess how it turns on or off the opposite sex. And I can say that I find it very sensual, very attractive, very appealing, but in its own extent, it doesn't necessarily have to be associated with snobbiness, stuck-upness, the empowerment that leads to the corruption, or the stubbornness that comes with it, to believe that she's so intelligent and so smart, and that she's always right, and that she's unwilling to listen to the other person. So if it gets to that extent and caliber, that's probably where it becomes more of a turnoff, even for me. So there's always a fine balance of everything. And then going on to probably say that a lot of music videos that you see all these dancers on, and the outfits that they're wearing, personally I find it very degrading, and also, I know that sex sells in our society and around the world, but at the same time, I'm a bit more old-fashioned, and I believe in such things as good old-fashioned romance, the sensuality of being clothed. You know, Being naked is just as good as being clothed, but at the same time, there's certain aspects of that that appeals to different people. And for me, that's the case, where a lot of the dry humping that you see in clubs, the really short miniskirts, the sleazy dancing, the walking, the actions. I mean, I think some girls really try too hard. They really try too hard, and you really bypass that line of sensuality and just going over into pure sleaze. And at the same time, this is going to be common for all men. Keeping track of my time here, but well, I guess I'll probably continue that in the next segment then, since I'm getting close to my 10 minutes here. So I guess I'll continue with the duality of sensuality in the next vid.